Alrighty, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the benefits of cold shower and how it relates to your metabolism. So if you're interested, definitely stick around. Alright, so let's talk about cold shower. This is one of my favorite topics because I've been doing this for the last 3 years and I have nothing but good things to say. Of course, it's terrible. Let's just start off with the real truth. It's terrible because most people don't want to do cold shower. I don't want to be in cold. I'm right now cold, but it doesn't really faze me anymore because I've been taking cold showers for so damn long. So what I want to really talk about in this video is first, what is cold showers, right? So fundamentally, the most basic understanding, and I try to keep it very basic for every one of you, is that when you go into the bathroom, you can completely change the nozzle to fully cold. And when you're in fully cold and you put it on your body, there's some interesting things that occur on your body and in your body. So let's really play this out. So we start from the most superficial layer, which is the skin, right? So the moment that cold water hits your skin organs. Remember, your skin is one of the largest organs in your body because it fully wraps you up. Your skin organ has hairs sometimes, but even with the hairs, those cells itself, the skin cells, has little nerve endings, these free nerve endings that feel the different things that are coming at it, right? So normally when you're warm and cozy, those receptors are not really active because they know that everything is fine. But when you get that first hit of cold, all of your thermal receptors, right? Those receptors that understand hot and cold, the different variations between it, the cold rings the alarms, and as a result of it, it stimulates your nervous system to go into fight or flight mode, like fight mode or flight mode. So either, because if it's too cold, you'll fly away from it. If it's too cold, if you can handle it, then you'll fight it. And what we want to do is we want to fight it because there are some things that happen after you start it that it's a little interesting because we don't do it long enough to actually appreciate it. If you were to go to, let's say, a pond where it's like there's a lot of snow around and the pond is going to be extremely cold, would you want to go into it? I mean, me personally, not really. How about you? So if you did want to go, and let's just say we did want to go, okay? We right next to the pond and it's super cold. We take off all our clothes, we go into our underwear, and now we're going to jump in. When we jump in, we're going to submerge the body, the full skin, full human, into the ice water, and it's gonna go ahead and shock. It's gonna shock our system to its core. Our lymphatics, our immune system is gonna be really primed because it's trying to now do fight or flight survival mode. Adrenaline's gonna kick in, noradrenaline's gonna kick in. All the neuroendocrine hormones are gonna be kicked into overdrive because it wants to help you survive. As a result of that, what ends up happening is you're stimulating, first you're constricting all of your blood vessels. Let's just put that right in the way. For blood flow and breath work, you're really pushing the extremes of your blood flow at this point. Whenever you have extremes in weather gradients, temperature gradients, specifically cold, what ends up happening is all of your blood cells constrict. When it constricts, it's shunting the blood elsewhere, right? So when you put it on that body, what do you think all that blood's now going? Into your heart, into your spinal cord, into this smaller region, because we want to contain the blood flow. We don't want to make the blood too cold too quickly. Again, that's a problem for another day, for another video. But really, when you take that cold shower, you are essentially shocking the shit out of your life. And when you shock yourself, all those hormones kick in. It's one of the most painful experiences that many of you will experience in your life. And as a result of that, you're training yourself for stress because this is a stressful, very stressful situation. And then you're just putting yourself in there in that moment and you feel alive. You feel one with God. That's just the way I put it. Like you feel one with Him. And so let's play it out, right? So now you're there and maybe the first few seconds, you feel like your heart rate is elevated, your breathing is elevated, you just feel really cold, you want to leave from it. But that's exactly when you go into it. You take that breath, and now you see, okay, I have cold water coming, I have water coming. Now I need you to reframe it. I have water coming. And then you start cleaning the rest of your body with that cold, put it all over, because we want to go ahead and really make every part of your being, every cell that is touching the outside world, interfacing with the outside world, to be cold. Okay, now once you're done with it, this is a great moment actually that I want to bring in and talk to you about how you can leverage the cold as cold therapy as well. So technically, many of you already know, if you watch a lot of my other videos, that I have a lot of low back pain, right? I've done it to myself technically. Over time, a lot of chronic sitting, habituated sitting that I created into a lifestyle, and it caused all that area to be like the fascia to be calcified, so calcified fascia, all that area, the limited joint mobility and everything, the sacrum's all tweaked. So what I need to do every single morning is for me to stretch that area out. I actually use the cold therapy to give me that extra oomph of power for me to actually touch my toes. So like normally I would not be able to touch my toes, only because again it's super painful back there. But the cold has an ability to shut down pain receptors as well, because it overpowers it, it entrains it with the cold, because the cold is more painful than the pain that you experience. How wild is that? It blew my mind, to be honest with you. Like the last 3-4 weeks that I've been doing this has been a trial. This is an experimental field research that I'm doing, and it's been profound. And I'm gonna keep doing it because I am the type of person that touches my toes. Okay, with that being said, now let's shift gears. Now, how does this affect your metabolism? We know there's so many benefits of cold shower, but how does it affect your metabolism? So this is where we want to talk about thermogenesis, right? So whenever you're put into a really cold environment, your body has to generate heat for you. Thermogenesis, heat genesis, creation. And if our body's going to be doing that, it needs fuel. So if you are already overweight, this is a great opportunity that your body's going to be shocked and to be like, okay, let's utilize all this extra fat for fire, for fuel, for thermogenesis. And so you're actually going to be speeding up your metabolism. So always remember, everything we talk about, does it speed up or slow down your metabolism? Every conversation, every tool, every modality, what does it do? For your situation and the people that we're sort of targeting, the people that are watching Alpha, they're going from normal weight to overweight to obesity to pre-diabetes. So it goes from normal weight to overweight to obesity, pre-diabetes, diabetes, and then good luck, right? So all that happens, and we want to try to catch you from the beginning. If we can catch you in the beginning, great. It'll take less time, but if you are much further down the road, it'll take a little bit more time, because again, it did not happen overnight. Whatever you're experiencing, it took decades or whatever, multiple decades for many of you for it to actually arise. If we get you in the beginning, we want to speed up your metabolism and just keep you at a normal weight. Overweight is fine for the beginning, but normal weight is the way to go, because overweight is like a tip of the iceberg, because once you go over the overweight, then it's just easier for you to accumulate more weight, because the world or everything works in an exponential, right? So it's very, very slow in the beginning, and then it picks up steam, and then really it takes off. And so this is why your metabolism, when you take any cold therapy, it increases your metabolism, and it also improves your ability to retain more brown fat, right? Brown fat, you hear about like yellow fat and then brown fat. What's the difference? Think of bears, hibernations and whatnot. They have a lot of brown fat, because this type of fat, not only does it help you keep warm, but it also stimulates the usage of energy as well more effectively. So definitely think about that. And I definitely have a lot of brown fat on my body. Not too much to a point where you can't see my abs or anything, but brown fat is good for you. So at the end of the day, what you need to understand is cold showers, cold therapy is amazing in certain doses, right? You don't want to just do it all the time, which doesn't really make sense. You want to use it for a stress system that you have control over. It's controlled stress, controlled pain that you have full control over. So that way you know when it's going to come, you know when it's going to end, compared to it just happening anytime. And then we shift over to metabolism, where anytime you do cold exposure therapy, you're gonna end up increasing your metabolism, because you need to generate more heat for your body, because your body is super duper cold. And as you keep doing this stress over time, you're gonna be able to utilize fuel much more efficiently, and also not feel as cold when you are in cold temperature gradients. It feels like a win-win. I feel like this is one of those videos that's gonna benefit everyone if they understand what I'm saying. And of course, if you have any questions, definitely hit me up in the comments below so that I can respond back to you. I try to get to it within the first 24 hours, but if it gets too busy, then it'll just be a little bit of time. Have patience with me. with that being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. You got a lot of value out of it, maybe some entertainment as well. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one, and I'm gone.